Hey, Eastern Oregon, welcome to this February 5th version of AM Live on EOA. Your connection to Eastern Oregon. We're glad that you are here with us today. If you want to find our content, go to EOA.network. That takes you to a link tree where you can find the locations where all of our stuff is distributed. Also, there's a link at the very bottom if you want to support what it is that we do. We hear that quite a bit. All people will express their appreciation. And I will often say, well, if you know a business that wants to advertise with us, that's kind of what keeps stuff on the air. And related that to somebody the other day, and they gave us some money through that donation portal. So we really appreciate that. Anyhow, that's also a way that you can support us. Here in just a little bit, we are going to have LeGrand Parks and Recreation Director Stu Spence is going to be with us. And he's always a lot of fun. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Good.
First Friday. We made it.
Yeah.
Got a busy weekend ahead of me.
What do you got going this weekend?
Just a lot. You'll hear about it
Yeah.
in a minute. Yeah, just a ton of stuff. It's just a busy weekend in Eastern Oregon.
Yeah. So,
but it's been the weather's keeping me going. I can live with this. It's not a bad deal. You see that Today Show host mom?
Yeah.
Got kidnapped?
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
They came into her house. They broke the cameras on the front porch and the back porch. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have any of her medicine, and she's got some pretty serious physical ailments.
Seems like she's a diabetic or something.
And
yeah.
they just took her. They have gotten whatchamacallit, a letter, a ransom letter, but they don't know if it's AI or not. They don't know if it's. They haven't released like all the details about it, but they're trying to decipher if it's real. You know what I mean? Because people are twisted and sick.
Yeah.
And somebody might have made an AI video just to make it on the news or whatever. But that's crazy when you start talking about AI in that sense, where like, man, if it's AI, oof.
Yeah. No, that's Yeah, that happened. I think it was on Saturday night was when she was taken. Yeah, and they didn't discover her until Sunday. Yeah, that she was gone. No, that's kind of all over the news. So,
I don't even know who that lady is.
Savannah Guthrie? No, I do. I follow. I mean, just because I still watch news. So
is she on CNN?
No, she is
Fox News.
No, it's one of the big three: NBC, CBS, ABC. And she's one of the morning show anchors.
Today Show.
Today, yeah.
I know what the Today Show is, but I don't watch it.
Yeah, so
it's just crazy to me that like it's got to be money related, right? You'd think. I mean.
Well, yeah, you clearly whoever it was knew that Savannah Guthrie was her mom.
Yeah.
It was her daughter.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
Probably. I would imagine.
Are you going to watch the halftime show?
I don't care about either of them. I'm sure I'll watch the halftime show. I mean, I won't turn it off.
Yeah.
But I don't care about either of those teams. So you know what I mean. I'm not going to be like glued to the TV.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I you know what I think about Seahawks. Like I'm not for them or against them. They used to be in the same division as the Chargers, but Seahawks fans drive me crazy because they're fair weather fans. That people just come out the woodworks when they're winning, but when they're not winning, you don't hear a thing from a Seahawks fan.
Yeah,
they're just kind of lay low until it's it's their turn to be on the upswing.
Yeah. Well, but the whole professional sports arena survives and makes money off of fair weather fans.
Yeah. Well, that not in my world.
Not in your world, but in the real world of what pays for what you like to watch, that is the case. Yeah.
They would be a lot better off if it was like the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
Oh, as far as you
money wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably the NFL doesn't want Seattle in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I have often thought, I mean, there are so many games that have ended up in like an overtime or super close, or you have it seems like there are more than what there have been in the past, and which is obviously really good for NFL ratings, And there are times I was like, is there a way of manipulating that to happen on purpose? And I can't imagine that there is, but I've wondered that.
I'm sure there is a way, but I don't think they do it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, there's some calls in the NFL that are game changing. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And they could, you know what I mean? They could do that, but I don't think that. I don't think, they say, oh yeah, they have a script for the game. I don't think they have a script for a game. I don't think it's WWE.
Well, when Stu gets on, we'll talk more about this because he'll want to throw in on this too. So, well, hey, you want to do sports?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Play hits harder when you're truly comfortable. Flex Steel brings game day comfort that never quits. Shop now at Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Big Red Rocking Chair on Elm, off Adams in LeGrand. LHS Girls Wrestling is in Oregon this weekend. Is it Oregon or Oregon? I'm going with Oregon. I like that better. I like Oregon. This weekend for their latest tournament before regionals. This is their last tournament before it's go time. LHS Boys Wrestling is at home tomorrow night for senior night versus Ontario. JV Wrestling starts at 5. Then they'll celebrate the 5 seniors. And then it'll culminate with a varsity duel right after that. Get up there and support these boys. LHS boys and girls basketball both play Ontario tonight at home. The varsity girls tip off at 6. The boys tip off at 7:30. I don't think it's going to be a real competitive game tonight, but nonetheless, both teams are in contention for the GOL title this year, so get up there and support them. EOU Men's Wrestling has their final duel of the season tomorrow night in Springfield versus Southern at 6. The women wrestle right before them at 5, and it's also their final duel of the regular season for these men. I mean, they're on a huge high right now. They went down to Arizona last weekend, beat number 14 in the country, then turned around on Saturday, beat number 9 in the country. So this EOU men's wrestling team is rolling right now, and they look to keep that momentum heading into tomorrow night versus Southern. EOU track and field is at home on Saturday, the 7th, for the Lou Thorne Invite. The meet kicks off at 10 a.m. in the field house. Both EOU men's and women's basketball are home over the weekend as well. They both play Evergreen State on Friday, women at 5:30, men at 7:30, and then they turn around and play Northwest on Saturday, women at 3, men at 5. Another 2 teams that are both in contention for conference titles right now. So if you have nothing going on this weekend, get up there and support all of these EOU and LeGrand teams, man. There's a lot going on, and all of the teams that are playing are in contention for league titles, so it should be exciting. AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. They want to make you feel comfortable in your own home.
All right. Thanks, man. All right, let's take a look outside. Our weather cam, and it looks like spring, and it's just kind of crazy. And then the graphic, I think it's going to be 57 today. That is nuts. So, and 55 tomorrow, 54, 47. Gets slightly cooler over the weekend, but not much.
And it looks like we're going to get rain or something
starting
on Sunday.
Yeah, starting to rain maybe on Sunday. So, yeah.
Better than snow.
Better than snow. Yep. We could use some moisture, but that's kind of what it is. So, hey, just a couple of mentions. So, on Tuesday, we had the chamber choir folks from EOU talking about the show True Colors that's going to be happening this weekend. I've got some tickets that we're going to be giving away on social media, so watch for that. And then also I have some gift cards from Whitewater Coffee in downtown. We're going to be giving those away, some of those away here coming up, so be sure and watch for our social media so that you can throw your hat in the ring to get that stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with Stu Spence.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back. Stu Spence is in the house, man.
In the house.
In the house.
That's where I like that. It's like old school.
Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Like, yeah,
awesome.
we talk about you all the time because when you're in the stands down below us,
Right.
when we're streaming, it's like,
Stu's
yeah,
here. Yep. You know when Stu's here. Yeah.
Stu's in the house. That's right. How old are your kids now?
Well, I've got one junior. One's at EOU.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yep. And I've got a junior, so she's a cheerleader. And funny story, funny you say that. So at the game, what was that, Dodzy, Tuesday? So we're at the gym on Tuesday, and they do this one cheer where they dance. You know, it's like, ooh, They just dance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I usually do the dance with her. And I was hanging out that night. I was just chilling. So I didn't do the dance. And she looked at me afterwards and she mouthed to me, "What was that? Like, you didn't do the dance? Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't."
I was trying to let you have the spotlight.
I was trying to, like,
Yeah.
lay low. She didn't want any part of that. So yeah, cheerleader makes sense, I guess.
Here's a story. This is a story on Michaela, my oldest daughter,
Yeah.
who's getting ready to turn. Well, we won't tell. She's close to a threshold moment this year. So anyhow,
More than 20, less than 50, somewhere in that range.
yeah. And so so when she was up here at LHS and was in the cheer squad, and of course I'm like a dad, and I'm like, I'm just not sure I'm cool with people oogling at my daughter. Yeah,
Right.
you know, and I had, she had a pair of sweatpants and it had something written right across the back.
Oh, great.
And I said, you do know that you're advertising that everybody should look here, and so I had been very vocal about what, and so then, and I have this on video. So in one of the times I had the camera and was recording her, like, and she turns around and like shakes her rear end at me, just to give Dad a dig,
Love
so
it. Yep.
Anyhow,
Yep, kids are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this cheerleader of mine is full of it, so it's great. It's a really good time.
well, you and Margaret are like, man,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
comes naturally to her then.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, hey, how are you?
Yeah, good, great. Everything's going real good.
Good.
Yeah.
And you're on today. I mean, you're the Parks and Recs director here in La Grande, and I've been a big fan of yours. Love what you do, and part of it is you just bring so much enthusiasm in life, just generally,
just
right?
in life. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, how else are you gonna be? I mean, whatever. Might as well be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we just always have exciting things. We did the big playground project last year,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about the splash pad a little bit today. And then, I've got urban forestry under me. We've got things like the art commission. We did these signal box wraps downtown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen those. Like the elementary school kids and the middle school and high school did these art designs. So just little by little, I feel like I have a small part in making the city a better place through all of my staff and programs and volunteers, and it's just super fun position to be in. We just do all this cool stuff and make the city a better place, and what a better job. There's just awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think about over the years, the things that, because how long has it been now that you've been here?
Yeah, about 2014. So yeah, 11 plus years, coming on 12 here this spring. Yeah, lots of stuff. Yeah, I mean, we could list them, but the dog park, the Pioneer Park playground. I mean, the turf infields at the ball fields. I mean, we've done big time projects, and it's mostly because of the community support and volunteers and staff. Of course, my staff are amazing. Everybody, everywhere I go, oh, the parks look amazing. And my comment every time is, my guys are amazing. They do amazing work. I'm not mowing the lawns or fertilizing, right? But they are out there endlessly, and there's only 3 of them, or 2.5 really, FTEs that do that year round, and it's remarkable.
Yeah, it's full-time employees. So,
Yep.
yeah, so, yeah, and they have to wear different hats,
Right.
right?
Yeah, we all do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you might be mowing a lawn one day and
Yeah. Getting ready for an event or setting up a kids program or supporting our recreation division. So
Yeah.
it's awesome, and we've got a great team, just really dedicated public servants. Really, it's great.
Yeah. Now, did you do the city basketball thing, adult thing that's going on right now?
Yeah. Chris John Andrea does that. He's our recreation coordinator. He's doing that and a million other things. So we've got a couple hundred kids in youth basketball, or at least 150. There's 6 or 8 men's basketball teams. He does a women's volleyball league in the fall. That's wrapping up. He does soccer in the co-ed adult soccer in the summer, and summer concerts and summer camps for kids, and on, right? So yeah, it's good stuff.
No, and that's kind of, they're in the middle of their season and or toward the end of it, and
Yep.
and that's come onto my radar.
Yeah.
I have some friends that are a part of that.
Really fun. Yeah, it's really gaining popularity quickly.
Yeah.
Lots of women are playing too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It kind of started mostly men's league, and then maybe a couple women. This year it's more than ever. So it's really blossoming into this really cool community, basketball league. And they play Saturdays and have a great time.
It used to be huge in like the 90s and 2000s.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's coming back.
I think when the last year I played was like my my junior year of college, and there was 16 teams.
Yeah, cool. It's coming back.
Used to
So
be
was that
really
was that
huge.
rec league then back then?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
This-
There
we
was a
have
couple teams in Cove, a team
really?
in Union.
Yeah.
There was probably 10 or 12 teams in LeGrand.
Cool.
They had like a playoffs at the end,
Yeah.
a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So, at one time we and I know that's still in your master plan, is to have a big rec center or something.
Yeah.
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 Has the Wildcat Center kind of relieved some of that pressure, do you think?
Yeah, so we have the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission helps kind of guide staff on priorities, and it's in the master plan to explore it. But after the Wildcat Center was built, they decided that, hey, let's just wait and see. Right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of in that wait and see still. There's still huge demand. I think there's still conversation about it, but it's definitely back burner.
Yeah.
I think at some point it will come back up, and I think that everybody in this community could appreciate more space, convention center type space where you could have multi-use gymnasium space, or, think of things like festival trees and other big time events like that that we could host. So it definitely is on the radar. It's in the plan, but it's not a priority at this time. So that's why we're concentrating on the splash pad and these other things next, because there's a pretty clear path to success in that plan that the community has asked for.
Yeah.
And later this year, we'll be kind of reaching back out to the community to refresh that plan, because it's been 3-ish years, and it's a 5-year plan. So we'll reach back out. We'll do some more focus groups and surveys and outreach, and start getting some more feedback.
Yeah.
There's other things that are becoming priorities.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, let's talk about the splash pad.
Yeah.
That's kind of the most recent. I mean, that's kind of
That's what's
risen to
coming
the
next.
top,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a small splash pad committee that's community volunteers. I reached out months ago, and several people stepped up, similar to the Playground Project. They are in charge of picking the design, fundraising. Basically it's theirs to run with. They're directing staff on what we're doing next. So we gathered a bunch of different designs from a bunch of different vendors. They pared that down to 3 or 4 designs. And then I think eventually we had 2 designs that we put out for a vote to the public. So that happened. I think that closed a month or so ago. The voting, we had about 500 people weigh in on it. Most of them, 90-ish%, were from the 97850 area code. That's what we collected for data, so we could see. We didn't want, like, whatever, Portland voters necessarily to have the same weight as the 97850s.
Right.
And not all 97850s are LeGrand, but that's what we could do to narrow it down. So our priority was that. The committee chose a final design at their last meeting. And that will be, well, we're going to reveal that this morning.
Yeah.
And talk about next steps. So, yeah, if you want to put them on the screen,
let's look at that.
we can look at it a little bit. Yeah. So this will be in the same footprint that's at the pool outside already. They chose that location because of its infrastructure. It's already got the water lines and the drains installed. It's shade. It's pretty shady through there. And it's an active recreation park. There's ball fields there, the skate park's there. So a couple of features that are interesting to point out that are new. The giant splashing bucket there, along with a variety of other toys. This is, believe it or not, there's 3 sort of age group sections. There's like a little kid section, which is really hard to see here, but there's a little table on the top, on the very far away angle. And then it's kind of a toddler table. There's water that kind of runs down, and they can kind of use it to hold themselves up. They can manipulate things and make the water change course.
Yeah, so go back a couple. Is it that green thing up in
yeah,
there? Go back a couple.
Yeah,
I
keep
don't know
going
if we see it.
back, maybe.
Yeah, that green thing
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
on the right side.
Yeah.
So that's kind of designed for toddlers and for littles.
Okay.
And then as you go through the park, the footprint, there's kind of different sections, with the biggest splash there of the bucket being the oldest kid section, where they're going to get the wettest.
So that yellow thing holds a bucket, and the bucket fills up, and then it dumps every.
Yeah.
And it looks like it hits a deflector and then
Yeah.
splashes out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these are wildly popular. The one we have now, you have to buy a pool admission to use. It's fully fenced in, and that's the reason is because it has a 15-inch depth. So we have to lifeguard it. Because you can't just have people go splash around out there.
Yeah.
So this one will be a zero depth sort of drain away system where there'll be a timer or timers. Each section will have a little timer you can push, a little button the kids can go, and then it'll come on for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it'll shut off, and then they have to go push the button again.
Yeah.
So parents can go, if they just show up to the park and the kids aren't necessarily dressed in their swimsuits and they want to cool off, there's some little bubbler things they can go in and just get their knees wet.
Yeah.
And then they'll be, obviously you want to get drenched, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So it'll be great.
Now, it will be fenced in though, so there'll be times when it's open and times when it's closed? Or?
Sort of. The fence is, think of a school district fence where it's, there's a gate that's staggered.
Yeah.
So you can still enter any time of day. You can still, but the timing, the timers, the system will be shut off at night. There'll be hours of operation.
Got it. Okay.
So it'll be on overall timer as well. So,
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be fully accessible and free all the time.
All right. So when are you hoping to have this done?
I don't know. Well, the committee would say next summer we're going to be breaking ground. They have to raise a lot of money.
Yeah.
We have opportunities for grants for this project, just like the playground at Riverside and other projects we've done. So usually the breakdown is we have to raise 40% of the funding locally, and then that's
For grants.
Yep, and then 60% comes from outside agencies or outside grants
Yeah.
and donations. So yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
And I don't have a final budget yet. We're still refining the final design with all the little fixtures and plumbing and infrastructure, but we're getting close. The toys alone are over $200,000, and then the rest of it will be installation cost and plumbing and electrical. So,
yeah. Well, and we kind of went through this process with the playground with you, and and that was a long process of gathering information, gathering public opinion, make a decision, moving forward.
Yeah.
And and there was, I'm trying to remember, at some point there we kind of had somebody who was had disagreements with how the money was.
Lots of people had disagreements.
Yeah. And my advice to them always is go sit down and talk with Stu. You know,
sure.
He will listen to you and see if you had a better way, really, that you could have done it. You know.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the playground is very emotional for a lot of people because the original playground was a community build, right?
Yeah.
People grew up at that playground.
Yeah.
And they built that playground, and their kids grew up on that playground, and they were, why are you taking the playground down?
Right.
We're not encountering that with the splash
Right.
pad.
Yeah. You don't quite have that. So.
Everybody's all in. I haven't heard somebody say we don't need a splash pad. We don't need to do this. Every single person, and this is our next top priority. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Want to talk for a minute about why having a pool is essential in LeGrand and in Eastern Oregon. I mean, I know the answer to this, but why is that important and unique a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, right. We have the only municipal pool from here to Boardman, indoor municipal year-round pool.
Yeah.
Baker's got a YMCA pool that's nice. Ontario, Hermiston, Pendleton, none of them have an indoor pool. So it's pretty special that we do. A lot of people say to me, how come we can't be like Pendleton and have a really great pool? Well, my response is, but it's only open for 3 months, and it's a different style, right? It's more of a splash pad, and it's more of a recreational pool. And they do have the lap pool and other amenities, but we have a really, really special facility that is very valuable, to your point. So not only do we offer swim lessons for all third graders in LeGrand through the Seroptimus Club and the school district and the city, we teach kids how to be safe around water, but we also have seniors that can't even hardly walk, and they wheel their chair into the pool, and when they get in the pool, it becomes magic, and they can move again. We have physical therapy from the hospital there several times a week. We have people that are in their 90s, almost turning 100, that are swimming every day. And it's really something that is a community benefit for the health of our citizens that is really unique. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. So it's a very valuable amenity that we run 6 days a week. And it's expensive, right? But it's also one of those community benefits, like the library, the pool. These are things that contribute to our livability, that draw people and professors and doctors and families here.
Right.
Valuable.
Well, and you don't, I don't ever go to the pool except I'm going like to my grandkids' something or something, and I don't go to the library, but I know people who, I have a guy who told me, I moved here from Portland, and one of the things that was really important to me is the library, and it's one of the reasons that I'm here. It's like, okay, and then I know a lot of families that are involved in competitive swimming.
Sure.
And that community simply wouldn't exist without the pool here.
Right. Yeah, and speaking of that, we're hosting the state 1, 2, 3, and 4A district swim meet this month, February 13th and 14th. I'm sure Dodsey will be all over it, but it's a big deal because teams from all over the district will be here. Catlin Gable, Baker, Pendleton, all these teams will converge on our pool.
Yeah.
There'll be, I don't know what the fire code is, but it'll be maxed out. And there'll be concessions. It'll be a legit, district state event.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to host that and see all those kids compete. And it's fun. If you've never been to a swim meet, it's wild.
Yeah. Well, and I have friends, the Rickers, that are involved in helping do that, and their kids have been involved. And it's funny how some of the West teams are not very excited about coming clear to Eastern Oregon, but they expect us to go that way all the time.
Yeah. Swim meet, my favorite part about swim meets are, the kids' heads are only out of the water for like a second at a time, right?
Yeah.
So then you hear the coaches like, go, 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 bobbing up and down. It's so funny. You think they can actually hear you? Hand signals, all the things. It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, cool. So let's talk about the wraps a little bit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of wraps, let me wrap the splash pad with this.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That what's happening, what you will see next is an effort to go fundraise.
Okay.
We talked about that just a blip, but I want to really emphasize that we're going to rely on raising more than $100,000 from our local people, businesses, people, citizens, service clubs, all that. So it's absolutely essential that this community comes together to make these things happen, and that's why the playground is here and it's wildly popular. So I just want to really thank all the people that donated to that and sponsored that playground through business donations and other means. We had people give from $50 up to $50,000, and it was just really special to see. And I think that's going to happen again. So you just keep an eye out for that. You'll see our social media will come out. These guys will push it out. You'll see it on Elkhorn and other means, and the city website and the city media streams. But it's going to be really essential that this community steps up again, and I'm just so appreciative. So thank you. I just wanted to wrap that.
Yeah, well, and have the PR people be sure and send their stuff to the only streaming network
Absolutely.
in Eastern Oregon.
The only and the best. The only on Roku, for sure. Because I subscribe to the Roku channel, which is my favorite. Because you just simply tip it, tap, 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 done. You have your selection of I'm like, I literally am on that quite a bit. So
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, and it's on your screen.
It is. It's awesome.
It's on the big screen.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, so now we wrap that. Now let's talk about the wraps. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if anybody noticed, we have these elementary and middle and high school art, the signal boxes is what
And
they're
people
called.
might not even, but
they might not notice.
They've driven by them. They didn't even know that's what that was, a signal.
Yeah.
So on the
so
corners.
the signal is the stoplight, right?
Yeah.
So the box has the wiring for the stoplight.
Right.
So everywhere there's a stoplight, there's a big ugly box on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So you don't notice them. They're gray or black and whatever, just drive by. But if you pay attention, now many of them have artwork, and we call them wrapped because they're vinyl wrapped.
Yeah.
So the schools participated and had, I don't think contests, but they all participated in designing them. And so we have one for Greenwood, one for Island City, one for Central, one for the middle school, and one for the high school. So there's 5 of them. So in the Parks and Recreation Department, we also have the Arts Commission. And the Arts Commission had this idea a couple of years ago, raised some money, and we're able to complete the project. So it's just another example of beautification downtown. Yeah. And it's just such a little thing that makes a big difference. As you're walking or driving through, you look across, like, oh, it's kind of neat. Look at that scene of the valley, or I wonder what they were thinking about that. I think there's one at the corner of Island and Adams that's from the high school, and it's really, really vibrant and dramatic. And yeah, if you didn't notice it, you should, because it's spectacular.
Yeah. Now, tell me how the Arts Commission is structured into Parks and Rec.
Yeah. So we have three commissions. We have the Landscape and Forestry Commission.
Okay, and what's a commission?
Thank you. The commissions are volunteer groups appointed by City Council to advise city staff.
Okay.
And we all have different commissions. There's a Parking and Traffic Safety Commission. There's a Planning Commission. There's all kinds, right? So our department, we have the Arts Commission, the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission, and the Landscape and Forestry Commission. So under our umbrella, these commissions have different initiatives. The Art Commission has they're chartered with things like helping promote local art and vibrancy, and how we connect all the artists together to create some sort of strategy to improve the arts community and advocate for the arts. So whether that's theater arts or music or live or photography or fine arts. So they work closely with other art agencies, and in this case, they've got 2 really visible projects. One is across the street here, the library. There's a mural project out in front that they did a few years ago. We raised a bunch of money.
Tremendous, yeah.
And now the signal box wraps, and they're going to do the rest of the signal box wraps. And they're working on some asphalt art, which will be kind of a way to slow traffic down in busy intersections. In some cities, they have murals basically in the middle of the street that's on the asphalt. That we're working with Public Works to identify some places that would beautify and improve safety. Yeah. So just all kinds of things happening.
Yeah. Now, do the commissions have a budget? You know what I mean? Or
they don't. Yeah, they don't.
They just have a charge.
Their role is to really advise and promote and coordinate. The Parks Commission, of course, advises staff on different projects and policies in parks. Landscape and Forestry, the same with our urban forestry program, and the Arts Commission, the same. So if somebody came to the city and said if somebody came to the city, for example, at city council and said, hey, I want to paint a mural at the whatever.
Yeah.
Then the city council would likely say, okay, let's put you on the Arts Commission agenda. You guys flesh it out, come back to us with a proposal. So that's kind of the bounce back and forth between commissions and city council.
Okay.
So they do the nitty gritty. Council makes the decision.
Okay. And, all right. And so then, but they do advise you.
Right.
So,
Right.
so I mean, so give me an idea of like how is the RAP, how is that funded? Connect the dots there for me.
Yeah. So that was funded. There was a couple funding streams. The Roundhouse Foundation funded the mural project of the library, and there was some money left over from that. So we were able to talk to that foundation, and they agreed to put it into this project as well. The city contributed general fund dollars to that project as well, to promote. And so the budget, the Arts Commission doesn't have a budget per se. The Parks and Recreation Department has a budget. So we took some of the Parks and Recreation budget out of the recreation line and used it to pay for part of those.
Yeah.
So that's how the logistics actually worked for that.
Okay.
And in the future projects, they would work with community partners. They would raise local match money. They would apply for grants, just like, and it would be through the Parks and Recreation Department in the city, not through the Arts Commission.
Yeah. And as I've gotten more involved with the city over the years, I understand, the grant funding is gigantic.
Yeah.
It's huge. And it doesn't matter, Norm Paulus, who was the previous
Public Works, yeah.
Public Works Director, that all of that 20th Street exchange in front of Bimart and
Lots of
all of
grant
that, he'd kind of rat-holed grant funding for years and years, before that. And so a lot of you directors, that is you're figuring out funding years and years down the road in order to do big projects.
Yeah. Yeah, and what better way than to spend other people's money than ours?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So outside money is always a good thing. It's a lot of work. Grants are a lot of work, but they are worth it in the end because you end up with all this outside money to fund our projects.
Right. And so, like, for instance, then the people that contributed for the mural, they contributed for that specific project. You had money left over, so you had to go back to them and say, hey, we have this other cool project. Do you mind if,
Yep, and they were all in. Simple yes.
Otherwise, you just got to give the money back to them.
I guess.
Yeah. Or spend it all, one of
they,
the ways.
They didn't want to do that. So it was definitely, that sounds like another great project.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But you have to communicate with them and you have to interact with them. There's reporting things and it's, there's some work. But, wow, to bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars like we did for that playground, outside money, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
For a small community like us, it enables us to go from average to great.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Okay, so another one of your areas is urban forestry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a brand new urban forester, and Anna Lindquist joined us last month and replaced Teresa Gustafson, who retired after 17 years.
Wow.
And Teresa built that division. She was hired initially maybe 15 hours a week, and over time became a full-time employee with lots and lots to do. That division is in charge of 5,000 street trees and another 500 inside our city parks, and those are our public trees that we call them. So interesting that the tree in front of your house you're responsible for, just like the sidewalk, right? Even though they're public, it's on the public right of way, as city ordinances are, and lots of them are like this across the state. You're responsible for your trees and your sidewalks. Part of that division is communicating that with property owners. Part of it is providing tools and workshops. And part of it is providing trees to plant. So we plant over 100 trees a year through that program, through volunteer efforts and school programs. We do outreach in the spring through the Arbor Day Foundation, through school projects. Anna will visit every single school. She'll go into all 4th and 5th grade classrooms and talk about the benefits of trees and what they are and how they work. And the kids will interact with her and she'll do science with them. And they'll do a poster contest. And we'll hang those posters at the library, and then we'll have a big event where they bus kids into a park, and we'll do a tree planting, and we'll do educational stations and interactivity, and it's just really cool. So it's a really unique niche that we have that's unique. You look around the state, there's only a few cities with urban forestry programs that are from the city that are as robust as ours. But really proud of it. And Anna's going to take it to great new heights.
So let's go back for a minute. The tree in front of my house is my responsibility and the sidewalk.
Right.
Okay. But I don't really have control over it. I mean, it's not like I can go remove the tree.
Well, you can, but you have to get a permit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to call us, and you should get a permit to prune that tree, to work on that tree, and to remove that tree.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So the Parks and Recreation Department runs those permits. You can do it yourself, or you can hire a tree service to do it. But you do have to have a permit. You also have to have a permit to plant the tree as well. So you're asking. So it's a weird gray area, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the city's property officially.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
It's a weird gray area. It's the city's property. It's the city's right of way, but it's also your benefit as the property owner, as the homeowner, to make it as you want, right? So the city gives you permission to do what you want with that, but within the guidelines of the permit process.
So the city owns it.
City right of way.
The city owns it.
Yep.
But you as the property owner have to pay
You have to pay to
take
maintain
care
it.
of it.
Right. It's
You have to
interesting.
buy a permit to.
Well, you don't have to buy a permit. It's free.
It's a free permit.
But you have to get a
But
permit.
you have to take care of it.
So the
That's
permit is
crazy.
more of a communication piece.
Exactly. It's just letting us know what you're doing so we can track it in our inventory and approve what you're doing.
Right.
But a little higher view, a lot of people don't understand how expensive curbs and sidewalks
Right.
are.
Right.
You know, and so I mean the city could spend all of their funding just on
We could.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so it's essentially then, you know, the original city ordinances were written so that like, yeah, we just need you. We can't take care of everything. We just need you to take care of the stuff that's in front of your house.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is how
Right.
most cities operate.
Right. And you know, and I didn't know that
Yeah.
until, I mean, when I moved to LeGrand, you know, there was a building project that I was aware of, and when you build new stuff in LeGrand, oftentimes it's like you got to pay for the curb and sidewalk.
Sure.
If it's a new undeveloped area,
Sure.
you know, and it's like, well, nobody's going to walk on that sidewalk, but yeah, they will eventually.
Right.
And, yeah.
And we can get into weeds with city
Right.
planning and
Right.
and the way that, you know, imagine a block where there's sidewalk, no.
Yeah,
there
there are those around, right?
There
Yeah.
has to be consistency.
Right,
So,
yeah.
So yeah, when it comes down to that, yeah. And sometimes if you notice, you know, utilities will be, my utilities in my house are in my front flower bed because that's not my property. It's the city's right of way. So when they came through a while back to do fiber optics, you know, they were like, well, we're going to have to take up your flower bed kind of thing. It was like, well, wait a minute, that we spent, you know, thousands of dollars on this flower bed.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like, well, yeah, but it's city right away, you know? And they were super great because they were able to like bore underneath it. They didn't
Yeah.
really disturb a lot, but that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. So there are utilities, there are other infrastructure in some people's front yards that they may not even realize. So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic.
Well, and that's why, you know, I mean, if you're ever building a structure or building a house and there is a utility right away that runs right through the middle of your property,
Right.
which is possible,
Sure.
you really don't want to build your house over the top of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or a structure. Yeah.
Right. Well, and hopefully we'd catch that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, the urban forestry is, like I said, huge responsibility to be in charge of 5,000 trees.
Yeah.
Who knew that we
And
had
are
that
they
many
numbered?
trees?
Do they know? I mean, how do they?
So
how
get
does that
this.
work?
This
Yeah.
is crazy because we have an interactive tree inventory.
Okay.
You can walk up to any tree in LeGrand and you can go on to our website and find out what tree that is, how its health is, and approximately its age. And
Really?
so we've counted all the trees and we've logged them into a database that's interactive through a GIS layer. And it's just a weird nerdy thing to talk about, but you could actually do that. You could carry around your phone. And, I wonder what this tree is. Log on. Oh yeah, okay, that's that's.
Seems like that would take a lot of time to
It did
compile.
take a lot of time, but we did it, and it was it's maintained. Once we did it, that was the project that took
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of the permit process. For example, oh, that tree's coming out on the inventory. Delete. New tree's going in. This new tree, brand new, 2 years old, done. Right. So that's the whole purpose.
Right, and I mean, and a real practical thing is that if you have a tree, it's grown and its roots are destroying the sidewalk, which you're also responsible for.
Or into the power lines, or
or whatever. Right,
things.
and so then it's got to be dealt with in some manner, right?
Right. Yeah. And we work closely with OTEC. We work with Public Works. We do work with property owners and tree services to make sure that people have the services they need. So, yeah, it's a big job.
Yeah.
So, but reason I really wanted to talk about it is because we're doing there's a 3-year, speaking of grants, there's a 3-year project that's urban forestry outreach. And there's 3 areas of the city that are identified as low canopy, so not as many trees, low canopy areas that are maybe the heat index is higher in those areas because there's not enough shade. Maybe it's because there's not the infrastructure. Some neighborhoods have sidewalk, planting strip, street. Some neighborhoods have gravel, yard, house, right? So people park there on the right of way and there's no place for a tree. So the first area we're concentrating on is the Greenwood neighborhood. We had a community meeting the other day and she's gotten 50-ish survey respondents about things like, what do you want more tree education? Would you be interested in planting a tree? Would you be interested in helping others plant a tree? What concerns do you have? And the Greenwood neighborhood's interesting because we had a few years ago. Do you guys remember that microburst windstorm that came through? And it blew down a whole bunch of big limbs.
Down.
Yeah, huge limbs in the Greenwood neighborhood around the school. Some of those trees had to come out.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So part of that neighborhood's concern that's coming out through the survey is we got to take care of the trees we have. That's our biggest priority because to plant more, we need to be thoughtful about that, which is a reasonable concern. So those survey tools and outreach are invaluable to us as city staff because then we can plan and we can come up with a strategy to improve not only the urban forest in that area and the tree canopy, but also just the maintenance. So this grant has some maintenance dollars to have a tree service go and take care of some of those trees and prune them and remove some that are old. Some of them are some of them are just going to promote planting. So in the Greenwood neighborhood, if you live there, we're going to be reaching out a lot in the next year, trying to encourage you to come to different things, come to different events, plant trees, learn about trees, and everything in between.
So, and the grant funding is going to some of that's going to pay for the tree to actually be planted.
The grant funding is going to pay for all the trees, so all the trees are going to be free to the property owners.
Okay.
The grant funding is going to pay for the professional tree service to come through that neighborhood and basically prune up. I think the Greenwood neighborhood has over 80 trees that we're gonna deal with. We talk about blocking the height of the sidewalk. It might be the height of the road. You think of a garbage truck going through to empty garbage there alongside the curb.
Yeah.
Well, if there's trees right there, those need to be dealt with. So it will take care of that entire neighborhood with maintenance and with free trees. And it also pays for an outreach coordinator position that will be in charge of the educational piece and the outreach. We'll do pruning workshops. We'll do planting workshops. We'll do tree education throughout. And we're using that school as kind of the hub.
Yeah. Cool.
Good stuff.
All right. So who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
I'm a Washington guy, so I'm clearly a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
To Dodsey's demise. But
no, I don't hate the Seahawks.
No, just the fans. But that you're saying
not all the fans. No, there's some.
If you're dedicated, you're okay.
The bandwagon fan. I got it.
Yeah, if you're a.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, it drives them crazy.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm a Seahawks guy. I'm a Mariners guy. I'm a baseball guy, right? So the Mariners are my team, really. But
it was hard not to root for the Mariners.
That was a lot of fun, man. I tell you.
Yeah. That's just more heartbreak for Mariners fans. But, it's all right. 8 outs away.
Heartbreak runs in your blood.
It does.
Padres, too.
I know.
It's like...
they were 1 out away.
Terrible.
Once, all right? I'm trying to make a couple of times.
Well, they were 8 outs away from winning that 6th game that would have sent them to the World Series.
Right.
So it's just they choked, and freaking George Springer, who's the Astros, the hated Astros, he used to play for them. It was
He's a garbage banger.
Terrible cheaters, Anyway, we go into that, but no, I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I think they're going to roll the Patriots. I don't think it's going to be close. I think that the NFC West has been so strong, and the competition has been so fierce. I don't know. I think
the Patriots are kind of a fluke.
You think the Seahawks are going to win?
Yeah, by a lot. I don't think it's going to be close.
They're only 4.5-point favorites.
Which is what, the biggest point spread in years, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's about as big as it gets. So that tells you part of the story. But, Sam Darnold's still maybe a question mark a little bit, quarterback. But he's proven himself time and time again now. So we'll see.
If I was the Seahawks, I would be very happy that I'm playing the Patriots.
Oh, absolutely.
And not, it seemed like the Texans or
absolutely.
Jacksonville was smoking hot at the end of the season.
Yeah, they were rolling.
Yeah, I would be really happy on playing the Patriots.
But you just beat the second best team in the NFL, the Rams, in your own division in the NFC Championship game. So you already beat the best team in the NFL, potentially. Now you're playing the Patriots, which are not the best team in the NFL. So,
no, the Patriots are a fluke.
Yeah, they had a pretty cake schedule.
They had a really good season, but they didn't do anything really impressive. They squeaked by. I mean, they played really tough defenses in all their games in the playoffs. But every team, Chargers, perfect example.
Yep.
No offensive line. You can't do anything in the NFL with no offensive line.
Right.
I mean, you end up losing 16-6 or 3 or whatever it was. And same thing with the Texans. Like, arguably the best defense in football.
Yep.
And then just no ability to move the ball. Right. Now, Seattle can move the ball.
Right.
And they can move it either way.
Right.
And that's the Patriots aren't ready for that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Seahawks defensive line, the way they can get to the quarterback and just the pressure they apply, enabling the DBs to play their game and shut down the passing game, like you're done.
It's kind of like the exact opposite of Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Like that Legion of Boom defense, the defensive backfield was the best probably ever in the NFL. And you didn't even have to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It helped.
There's nobody open.
There's nobody. You ain't throwing the ball against that team.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game to watch. Our previous city manager, Robert Strope, texted some of us. He said, it's his birthday yesterday or the other day. It was his birthday. And he texted us like, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Is he?
He's going.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like a 20-year season ticket holder.
Right. No, I know,
or 30-year season ticket holder. So, it just lined up perfect for him. He's retired. It's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy that it's in San Francisco, too, like the Seattle's rival. Like, we're going to go play in the Super Bowl in your stadium.
Well, the memes are hilarious because Niners and Seahawks fans they hate each other, right?
Yeah, and there's local Niners and Seahawks. Yeah.
It's just so funny because they put up like a giant Sam Darnold poster on the side of Levi's Stadium, and the Seahawks Twitter feed or whatever. It's like, oh, look they've made an upgrade to the Levi's Stadium and stuff. The Seahawks end zone painted in there. Niners fans rolling in their grave. It's so funny. Yeah, no, it's good. That's what it's all about. It's fun rivalries, and it'll be a good game. But hopefully they can bring the second Lombardi back to Seattle.
I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a runaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think about that catch and steal the other day? You and I didn't talk about that. It was the one with the Buffalo. Sorry. Yeah. It was one of the. I'm sorry.
You walked into this one.
Yeah,
You got to give us more info.
Yeah. Okay. So the quarterback that used to be at University of Washington, and now he's, he's one of the big QBs right now. And there was it was a turning point in the game. It was an overtime thing, and he did a pass. They caught the ball, and as they rolled, the other team stole it, and it was
what was that?
They called it an interception.
Interception in the end zone?
Yeah. No, I don't. Maybe you didn't even say it.
I don't
Buffalo
remember.
Bills.
I vaguely remember it, but the Buffalo Bills quarterback was never the quarterback at Washington.
Is he North Dakota?
No, I said University of Wyoming.
Josh?
Oh,
That's
you
what I
said
meant.
Washington.
Okay, yeah. So
That's Josh
Wyoming.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
yeah. So that it was the turning.
Bills quarterback.
It was the turning point. I mean, they would have won that game.
Yeah.
And
well, the Bills lost their coach over that, so they couldn't.
Yeah, that was funny.
They couldn't advance, and they couldn't. It's one of those really good quarterbacks, really good teams that can't get over the hump. So you're done. Next one.
I think this year was just a clean out year. You saw Harbaugh get fired, which is crazy. You
Another
saw
winning
Tomlin
coach.
step away. I think it was just a year of kind of we signed Mike McDaniel as our
OC.
OC.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like the young.
Yeah, you
like,
should
I kind of
like
like it. I like the Harbaugh mix with him.
That's going to be wild.
There's a
Look
lot
out
of
for the
Harbaugh
Chargers.
dudes in the head coaches right now. Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys that are direct lineage of Harbaugh.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the
how-
coaching tree. Yeah.
It's crazy. Kind of reminds
Yeah.
me of like Seifert back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody or Schottenheimer.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Bill Walsh
everybody.
tree.
Yeah,
These old time coaches have these assistants that work for them, and then, then they all got
They're
jobs
all
on their
coaching
own.
head coaches now. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
it is fun.
And then, are you excited for Bad Bunny? I know, Brent, you're excited. You're a huge fan.
What's funny is like
Yeah, he fits
I've never
he
heard
fits the
I've never
mold
heard
of
him
people
sing
that are-
once. I have no idea who he. I mean, the only reason we know about him, I know about him, is because of the controversy.
The controversy.
You've heard him numerous times in the morning because I play it.
Oh well, thank you for
Yeah.
educating me.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
Next
you
time,
have.
every time there's a new tune, you'll
But-
have to say, "Oh, that's
That's Bad
Bad
Bunny."
Bunny." Yeah. Yeah. No, I have no idea who he is. And so, does he only sing in Spanish?
No, he does both.
Does he?
In 4 out of the last 5 years, he's not only been the #1 Spotify artist in the world, he's been the #1 Billboard artist in the world as well. Which
Yeah,
is
but-
pretty.
Well, but to
substantial.
the common person, I mean, that's like saying, "Oh, you know what? What a celebrity says in an award show really matters." It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
No, to the most common people know who he is.
No, they don't, buddy.
No, well, not in your
No,
not
I'm,
in your
I'm
world.
telling you, do a survey. I mean, you ask. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the great error of our society today is that what I know and I know to be popular has certainly got to be popular with you.
Right,
yeah.
must be,
Or
yeah.
you're uninformed.
Right.
Yeah. So anyhow,
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you can apply that to politics.
Right.
You can apply that to anything. So.
Yeah, it's so true. That's funny.
Stu, did you know who Bad Bunny is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course
yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
over.
mean, I'd say a lot of people do. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a reason why he's the #1 Spotify artist in the world.
Yeah.
It's because
Yeah.
he's been streamed 15 billion
Right.
times.
Right,
this
but
year.
this was the same thing that was said about the dude that I have forgotten his name who did the Super Bowl last year, who I didn't know who he was before he did the Super Bowl.
Like
But
one of
like I'm saying, that's your world. That's old white people.
old white people.
It seriously is. It's your world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it might be, but they're about 60 or 70% of the economy out there.
I don't know, but
I don't think the NFL is losing any money over this deal.
I don't think so. I think they're gaining.
It's going to
money.
be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, with the NFL trying to expand into other countries,
Yeah. I mean,
like
different
yeah.
cultures. I mean, it all fits, right? Their strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
So, I mean, there's talk. There was a proposal that every team next year, starting next year, is going to play one out of country game. There was a proposal, right? I don't think it passed. I don't think the Players Association is about it, but that's where we're going. Like,
I
pretty
mean,
close.
BC, you can always turn the channel and watch your Turning Point halftime show.
And I will.
Yeah, I mean,
No, and I mean not
Oh, they do
because
that, yeah.
not
Yeah,
because
you have
I'm
the right
not
to.
because I'm a fan of. I mean, but I mean I understand that, you know, and you will be there too, in not too long of a time before you realize, oh shoot, I'm not the audience they're trying to reach. I realize that, you know, and so
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah, so that's
It's funny how every state. That reminds me of my kid. You know, he's 19, and he's looking at these college football games. He's like, "Oh, these guys are my age on TV playing this college football." It's just funny how every age you get, and then pretty soon you're like, "Wait,
dude, I watched his dad play.
I could have been that guy's dad." You know, you're like, "Wait a second." That's how it goes, man.
I'll tell you what's a funny thing, because I still watch live TV occasionally, although the commercials drive me crazy. And so I'll be watching something on Saturday morning or whatever, and it'll be a kid show. The other day I was watching, it was like a kids
You
informational.
watching Bluey? You watching Bluey?
No. So
He doesn't know what Bluey is either.
yeah,
Tyler,
no, I
dude.
know what Blue is.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, and so, and all of a sudden during the break they had a pharmacy commercial,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Wait a second.
shoot, I am not the only old person watching this show. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can tell who they
A lot
know
by
the
the
audience
commercial.
is just by the commercials.
That's
Yep.
funny. Yeah.
They're not stupid.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conversely, you know, the streaming commercials are worse because it seems like they cut off the show. At least TV has like a strategy, like, okay, 7 minutes of programming, 5 minutes commercial, 4 minutes program. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a natural break. Yeah. When you're streaming, it's like mid sentence.
Yeah.
What?
See,
Wait.
Yeah, the commercials drive me. It doesn't. I mean, I'm so over it. You know,
but we love our advertisers.
Well, that is, it's one of the reasons though why Northwest Furniture and Mattress and Hobby Habit. I mean, it's their sponsors are built right into the programming because I don't want to, you know. And the only reason we have commercials, you know, like when you come up, is we need time to get you up here and so on and so forth. But the, you know, everybody's kind of figured that out.
Yeah. So. It's interesting. Then you have the Super Bowl commercials, which has then taken its own life, and now people watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah, but I had a friend who did a Super Bowl commercial. I mean, he produced and directed one a few years ago.
Yeah, cool.
And the amount of money that they spend on the production is just crazy. Okay, well, hey, we got way off. We've used up our time, and I knew that's what we would do.
That's what happens.
Yeah. No, thanks, man. Thanks for jumping in, and thanks for what you do. And
lots of good stuff happening as always. So
yep.
Like I said, my favorite part about my job is that we get to make the community a better place, and my crew does such an amazing job that I get to take some of the credit. But really, they are working hard every day. It's pretty great.
Well, but part of that is to your credit too, because
part of it.
You've given them a box and you've turned them loose, and that's, I mean, you know,
stuff.
Hopefully a manager will hire people who are better at what they're doing than what you ever could be, and you just let them go. Let them do their thing.
Support them.
Yeah.
Do great things. Good stuff.
Thanks,
Stu,
man.
I just noticed you have the old grandpa shoes, but they have a little pizzazz.
See?
I've never seen gray ones.
Do you remember the old blue, the old white ones?
Of course.
Those are the old man shoes.
Old man shoes.
Old white man shoes right there.
Yeah.
The Monarchs.
Yeah, you got them a little bit of
the only reason I bought these
on
is I refuse to be a little man, so I'm like, I'll buy the gray ones.
Good thought.
I want a teacher that says, I'm an old white man and I'm proud of it. I don't care. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to wear the shirt.
Do they know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's possible to be that and not be racist at the same time. Who thought that? Okay. Go ahead, man.
On this day, February 5th, 1817, the first U.S. gas company incorporates in Baltimore, Maryland, and it was coal gas for streetlights. 1870, the first motion picture shown to a theater audience airs in Philadelphia. 1924, on this day, the first Winter Olympics Games close in France. 1953, Peter Pan, an animated film by Walt Disney, opens at the Roxy Theater in New York City. 1969, the United States population goes over 200 million people. 1990, Notre Dame becomes the first team to sell its game to a major network, and that was to NBC. 2018, the share market sell-off starts on Wall Street and spreads around the globe. Dow Jones Industrial Average has largest intraday point swing before finishing down 1,413 points, or 4.6%. The number one movie in America on this day in 1996, Black Sheep. That movie's so damn funny.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, one of the greatest.
That is good.
Quote of the day comes from Harold Green. Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. One more time. Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions.
Nice. All right. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you being here with us.
Yep.
Thanks, Stu. Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Yep.
All right. See you soon.